Hello, Bwana Sifiwe. Hallelujah. Are you all this cold? You all feel cold. Are you cold? I just thank God because it's the very, very first time I've been to this church, not coming for a funeral. It's a very, very first time. So when I was walking in, I was so grateful to God that I'm not coming for a funeral. And I didn't even know that, Mr. Chairman, that you have a policy to invite other people who don't fellowship here. Because I have families who fellowship in this church. I have classmates who fellowship in this church. They've never invited me. So when we were saying that you have a policy, I have people from my neighborhood where I come from, people like Masika Nyugi, my neighbors from home. They never invite me. People like Ruth Mary, they are my classmates. People like Anne, all those times they are my cousin. Nobody ever invite me. People like my sister-in-laws, people like uh, Grace Degwa, all of them. Nobody have ever invited me. So, but thank you so much, Veronica, for inviting me. And I'm so grateful. So my name is Cecilia, or Mama Njoroge, or Mama Sami, Mama Shemo, all those are mine. And I won't say much. I'm born again. My names are written in the book of life. So I think that is enough introduction. So I'm going to touch about health and but bits and pieces. But just like I said, because I think I got only 10 minutes, is it 10 or 20? Okay, all right then. So I thought it was 20 or 10. So the Bible says that this was the book of Elder John, the third book of John, that says that, beloved, I pray that you may prosper both in health, even as you so prosper. So our health are very important to God. One of the letters of Paul that I like is the letters that he wrote to the Corinthians. And in the First Corinthians chapter number 6, he talks about our body. And in chapter number 6, I think is verse 12, he's talking about that is not everything is permitted, but it's not everything that is beneficial. So you're permitted to take fizzy drink, but what is the benefit of it? You could be permitted to have alcohol. I don't know about that bit. But then what benefit do you have in it? You're permitted to have 3 or 5 sugars in your tea, but then what do you benefit from it? So I keep on thinking, when you read the book of Corinthians, I think they were very stubborn people because there are so many instructions he's giving them. At one point, I think, were they children? So he talks about it. Even in the same chapter, verse number 19, he reminds them about their body, not just the body, but then he reminds them that is the body of the Holy Spirit. So we need to look after it. So a lot has been, I think somebody said that you've already done the diabetes and other things. But one of the things that I would say, it is about looking after ourselves. I mean, we look after our cars. Those people who actually drive and their cars normally have petrol, there's no way they do diesel. And they're actually very keen when they go to the pump to check whether they are taking the green pump or the black pump, because their cars take diesel, so there's no way they can do petrol. Do we do that with our bodies? Not all the time. Then again, we are very keen for our cars to have MOT. I mean, people say, oh, it's because it's mandatory and it's a government requirement with the DVOA that you should have an MOT on your car, but surely that's not the case. It's because after you've driven after some time, it will tell you, I need checking. How many people know that we don't do MOT in our bodies? We come to church, but we forget that spirit that we have, because we are not the body, we are the spirit living in this body. So we really need to look after this body so that we can look after our spirit. Hallelujah. Don't know whether we say that here. I was trying to see to I come from a Pentecostal church, born and bred in the full gospel churches of Kenya. So I didn't know what to say and or what to say. So I'm trying to keep into your into your parameters. So if I go Pentecost side, bring me back. So yeah, so it's a lot that to talk. So I didn't know. So that's why I say to Veronica, we're going to do a general. So we have to admit having a general checkup with our GPs is very, very important. Now, there is a thing that has come with the national health, with the GP, that you have to do an e-consultation. And that is where I think we are having a problem with, because people think it's such a lot of work to do, and people think I can't be bothered. The bottom line is you have to do that. You don't have to put a lot of stories. Oh, I'm having this and this. Just put one line, because that you're putting is just to get. Actually, when you come sometime, we don't ask you of what you had written on that e-consultation. Is actually that e-consultation is actually to get you an appointment. That's all there is. So I know it's there, and people are saying, oh, I can't have time to, it's too much asking. Just go pass, and then just go to where it's asking you what you want. You can't just say, I want an appointment. You have to write something. And then don't mix them up. If you have a headache, if you have backache, if you have ear pain, don't write all of them, because they bypass that. Just put one in consultation together. Don't put more than one daily, because they only take one. So you're going to sit down thinking, oh, I'm waiting for an appointment for my back, because last time I did do a consultation and I was seen by because of headache. It's not going to happen. So you have to put one daily, so that when they do that, then they can do it, because we have only 10 minutes. And I always say, write what you want to say, because who knows? Have you ever been to your GP? You sit down and you forget, whew, you can't remember what, I mean, you wonder where. And we actually, they don't like it when you come and you're so muddled up. You talk about headache. By the time you say that, you say leg pain, then you say what, then you say so many things. So you actually confuse yourself, and you confuse who is listening to you. So I always say, write down, but make sure that you are not derailing. Stay there. So if you see your headache, stay there on the headache. I mean, there could be other things that are contributing to your headache. The headache could be just the symptom, but it could be a lot that is sitting on that headache. But then you need to write so that you don't derail, because immediately, I won't, no lies, immediately you come, you're like, just say what you want. You got only 10 minutes. What can you do in 10 minutes? And there's nothing you can do. That is not, people think is the initiative. No, 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 no. That's how it is. It's 10 minutes, so that everybody will have a share of that time. Yeah? So e-consultation, let's do it without thinking, oh, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but then your health is your responsibility. And then if something happened, and because you did not have time, you just be on books like anybody else. I mean, there will be investigation and others. Somebody will be blamed or not blamed. Don't forget, they've got the books. So they can see where you started, where you said what is happening to you, and at what time. The other thing, you have to be very specific. When you go with a headache, always remember to say what is the duration. So if you have abdominal pains, you have to try to remember, when did it start. Most of the time, when it's 2 days, nobody does anything about the 2 days, because they expect you the 2 days to have maybe taken your painkillers and maybe change diet here and here. That's why they always ask you, and even they don't ask you, remember, again, it's your own call. Try to tell them, I have abdominal pain. It started 3 months ago. So that duration matters so much. Many people will not ask you, but they always say there's something which is actually a diagnosis, is called wait and see. And it's always actually a diagnosis, wait and see, because you came with your headache, it's only 2 days. So you'll be told, go and do this, go get your eye tested, go and do this, try and sleep enough. If you do shift work, try and sleep, don't do this, don't do this. And they say they are advised, wait and wait, watch and wait. So you wait. So remember to say the duration. Are we together? Are we together? Yes. So it's always remembering those kind of things. The other thing we need to remember is any symptoms. Let's not say, because I come from, I mean, most of you here, I mean, some of them maybe they are from elsewhere, that looking, most of you, 99.9% of you come from Africa or maybe Caribbean, but you're black people. We have a problem of seeking medical advice. I don't know why. And I think the other thing is we mix it with faith, which is not a problem because faith is a substance of the things that are not seen. So it is not a problem to have faith. However, let's be practical. If you have a headache, don't say, I'm waiting upon God. The word of God says, after you have done all that, stand. After you have sought medical advice, after you have been tested, after these things have done, after you have done this, then stand. Don't stand before you do those things. Because the word of God is telling us, after you have done all that, then stand. The problem with us Christians from the house of faith, we wouldn't stand before we do that. So we need to do all those other things so that we can stand. So things like swelling of the legs, don't say because you have overweight. Even if you have overweight, you're overweight, you don't have to have the swelling of the legs. Every swelling of the legs means something. Could be something wrong with your kidneys. It could be anything. So don't just say, oh, I put them up. Oh, it's because I was in that wedding. And then I was wearing high heeled. It was a long day with shoes, especially women. That is why my legs are swollen. No, 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 no. You have to seek advice. One of the things, if your left leg is swollen, that tells you there's something wrong with your heart. So don't just say that my legs are swollen. We had a case in one of the hospitals where I live in Essex, and there was this girl. Even as we are talking, that girl is at the moment she's actually she's on dialysis. And this girl, she started, and she was so young they couldn't think that she could have something wrong with her kidneys. It all started from her sister's wedding. After her sister's wedding, she had swellings of her legs and she couldn't walk. And the mother said, it's because you were wearing high-heeled shoes. Then after 4 days, she couldn't even leave the bed. And the rest is history. As we are talking, she was a very, high-flying student. She was in uni. She was in Oxford then. But from that time to now, she just sits at home waiting on the clock to tick. She has tubes because she cannot be able to, to void the way we normally void. She has to use the tubes, actually two on both where the kidneys are. Yours started. That was not the starting. That means she used to have the swelling of the legs, but her or the parents, she was how old she was. She was in her 20s then. She has actually fought because she should be turning 30s very soon. So she has fought. Or what I'm saying, let's not have answers because we always have answers. I'm having a headache. It's because I've not had tea, especially people who come where I come from. I've got a headache is because why are you saying because you don't have tea? Today you don't have tea. You have tea, then tomorrow you have a headache is because I didn't have tea. Have tea what? Why don't you get checked? Having a headache can come so much. We have one of our dear friends, that if it's recorded, she wouldn't. She's already been home to be with the Lord. But if the family get to see it, I don't think they would see it's a problem because it's an awareness. She actually started with a headache. So when we try to remember the father, trying to see where did this come from, because she was diagnosed with cancer of the liver, and within 6 months she's gone. Fit like Veronica. Fit. Yeah? But then, now we remember she kept talking about the headache. The headache. Oh, it's because those people who knows what I'm talking about. Oh, having that headache. It went, and then she ended up having something else happened. But this other thing is happening. It is because you did not do this. Because this is what the body works. The body, those people who know, most people here, I can count about 70% here of the people I know, they're in health. So what happened, there's something called deferred pain. So I have a pain on my shoulder and I did nothing about it. So that pain, because the body communicates more than we communicate. Now even Pastor Ruben had told us about forgiveness and communicating that one now, now I'm talking about the body. So actually the body forgives each other than we do. So we got something called deferred pain. So you have a pain on your shoulder that you don't do anything about. So the body communicates and the shoulder says, she's not doing anything about it. So now that pain, the elbow said, let me take it to see what will happen. So your pain is actually the elbow pain, But your elbow pain is not where the problem is. It started on your shoulder, but you didn't do anything about it. So another part of the body takes it. And that's what I'm saying. A headache is not just a headache. A headache, so we'll finish, the headache will become numb and you'll get used to that and to cope with the pain because the body knows how to cope with the pain. Then it will give something else. So when this lady, when he started with the headache. But how he went to the liver, don't ask me, but because something was meant to be done and is not being done. Let us remember, once again, we are allowed to have a blood test once a year. If not, those people who are diabetes, you're allowed to have your blood test actually every twice a year you can have, depending on your HbCA1 levels, your sugar, the ones you do yearly. It depends. Every time you have your medication changed, whether it's increased or whether it's decreased, you need a blood test 3 months after when your medication has been altered. It's a must. Let me remind you, nobody will tell you, nobody will follow you up. You have to do it yourself. You have to remember. So if it means you putting a sticker on your fridge or your bathroom, wherever you know that you pass all the time, then it's you. Nobody, people say, oh, but why haven't I been told that I need a blood test? I mean, most of the GP, the list have 5,000 patients. Where do you start? Where do you finish? So it has to be able to know that we are running from it. So if you have medication changed, it's you again to go back after 3 months and say, again, sadly, even the blood test is a e-consultation. You can't show up to the reception and say, I need a blood test. Again, it's going to that e-consultation and say, not even a lot, just say blood test. And then you come, or maybe somebody will just that maybe you don't need to come. It depends. And then they will tell you, go and pick the form, wherever, and you have a blood test. Again, we have a problem. When we have a blood test, don't wait to be called by anybody. I tell you, I've seen abnormal bloods, and somebody is still waiting to be called. Follow up. It's you, it's your body. When you have a blood test, give it about, depending on when it's taken, it's take about at most 4 days or 5 days to get to your GP, because the secondary care, they are the one who analyzes the blood, and then it comes to your GP. By the time it's filed, it takes about a week, depending with their your admin workforce. So at least by a week and a half, 10 days, the blood test should be back. Again, e-consultation, can I discuss my blood test? It's about pushing. This is where we are as a nation. But then it's free. I mean, we've been given something free, then we should do something. So it's about pushing. Don't say, I'm waiting. Don't just have a blood test and sit. And then so what? In the first place, why were you having the blood test if you don't want to know the result? We must follow up the result. When they do a referral for you, sometime I've seen a referral that somebody is meant to have a referral. And people, don't forget that they are human beings. We are all human beings. Who knows? All of us here, we work. Who knows you forget what you're supposed not to forget? So when you've been referred and it's about 3 months, if it's not the 2 weeks wait, remember there's something that is called 2 weeks wait. Ladies, when you see your GP with a lump on your breast, it's called a 2 weeks wait. 2 weeks wait means by when you go to see your GP, in the next 2 weeks, you are supposed to have been seen. They have done the ultrasound, you have seen whoever you're seeing, and you have the result. It's called 2 weeks wait. That's a 2 weeks pathway. But then there are other things that it does not have whenever. I mean, we know which one is which because we have flags, red flag, blue flags, and green flag. But if you've been referred and it's gone for 3 months, it does not harm once again to say that one, you don't have to do a consultation. You can always call in the afternoon and say, can I speak to the medical secretary? They are so informative, you won't even believe it. And you're going to ask, I want to follow up on my referral. Because some of them sit there and people forget. And then when they forget, your health is still deteriorating because I forgot. So we need to follow up. Yes, you can complain. Yes, somebody can be compensated. But do you come back? People who've gone because referrals were delayed, are they back? Are they coming back? They are not coming back. They are gone. That family has been left with a void and that gap because of somebody's forgetting. So we have to remember that it's human beings that work there. So it's about following us. Ours is to do and to follow up. Yeah? And when things, because I find that, sorry to say again, I find that people who come from where I come from, we are very challenging. When you go there, don't challenge them. Even if something has been forgotten, please don't challenge. When you challenge, we sit down, we let you challenge, but you leave somebody with the notes. Because you're challenging. It's like you going to challenge the class teacher of your child. Oh, you don't do this, you don't do this, you don't do this. Then what happens? Do you go home with that child? No, you don't. You leave that child with that teacher. Actually, under her knowledge, what he's actually, or well, she's actually going to download on your child, or what he's not going to download to your child. So let's be careful. Because to be honest, I won't lie to you, the white generation or the white people, they don't challenge. The black people challenge, and they can be so rude. So you sit down there, you ask, and you're rude, but then you go. What, and you know what people do? They mark. They mark. So you're marked. Immediately, Veronica, you book an appointment, it's already actually come up. Be careful. Very rude patient. You don't know, but everybody knows in that surgery. So you could be asking for an appointment, yeah? And it's there, but because you're rude, let's deal with those people who are not rude first. So let us remember, even if we are angry, we've just been told by Pastor Ruben here, even if we are angry, let's try to contain ourselves, because that's where we need help from, isn't it? Because if somebody if somebody has done you so bad and they are the one who have the key, surely you need to talk to them nicely, because they are the one who's going to open the door anyway. Otherwise, you're going to be rained outside. So let's put that one also in consideration. Anything dermatology, that's the other thing I want to do, to say. You know, we always say it's a pimple. And again, remember what I said about deferred. So there is deferred pain and there is also deferred symptoms. One symptom starting from my ear. And then actually we have a case where this gentleman, he has a cancer of the jaw, and then he's actually started as an earache. And then after that, he kept on being treated for ear infection for so long, outer, inner, wherever, and then go and see your dentist, x-ray, nothing. But then after some time, it's become a cancer of the jaw. So I'm saying that to come to dermatology. Yes, we have freckles. Yes, we have moles. Yes, we have lesion. Don't debate about it. Is it a mole? Is it a lesion? Is it a pimple? You won't be able to differentiate that. Even as sometime we have to seek for dermatology guidance, advice and guidance when we are not sure. So when we see things on our face, on our bodies, again, the white generation, they are very good. I don't know whether because they are fair. A very small thing like that, they are there, they are on top of it. Oh, what is this? Can you refer? Can you do that? But we don't. To be honest, can I tell you, the role I do, I think I've done it for about 9 years, getting to 9 years. I've never seen a black person coming to say they have a mole lesion, and they have them. Sometimes they come for one thing, and I'm thinking, why is she not talking about this? So you come because of something, and you can see something, and you're saying, obviously, you know, because if you don't have somebody who can speak Kikuyu, they can, you know, you can say, you know, what is this? Do you understand what I mean? So also things on our skin. So you will say, have you addressed this? And then obviously, then the Ruben, tell your wife when you get home to tell you what I was saying, and my brother there. So, so I will say, what is this? Have you addressed it? So what I'm saying is anything on our skin as well. Our skin talks. This skin talks. Not just here. No, women, we wear makeup, you know, so we don't know. Maybe you have 10 lesions and you cannot see. Yeah. So also the skin is talking. Let us look at our skin, and anything that is unusual, let's not treat it. Let's get somebody to have a look. All this thing is free, but we need to tap into that. Yes. Are we together? Anything else? We all know about the bowels. We know about that. Don't say that because you have eaten githeri, that's why you're having diarrhea. Don't say I'm constipated because I had matumbo. Don't say this. Don't say, because all this, ask for help. Because this thing, this is where we are having, to be honest, there's no people who are very naive with health than our people. I think it's because where we are coming from. If you had, stomachache, somebody would do a tree somewhere, give to you, you drink muarubaine. Muarubaine, for those people who don't come where I come from, is a leaf that we boil and we believe it heals 40 diseases. Arubaine means 40 in Swahili. So we have these leaves that we boil, and then we found them believing that. So we are only believing what they have been believing, that this leaf actually can cure 40 diseases. And we know ourselves, even some of you, you have them in your own fridge. Now, when they go to Kenya, they actually bring it when it's done. And you have tummy ache, or maybe you stay for about every time. Oh, I don't digest wheat well. That's why I'm constipated. Who said, who told you? Since when did you get to your digestion system and you got to know what you digest better or not? Again, seek medical advice. This is all there. So and it doesn't have to be either, because they say you have to have diarrhea or constipation. Constipation is meaning that you're straining to go to the toilet. You don't have to have both of them either. You can have, you get constipated all the time and there's no diarrhea. Who knows, you can get constipated and have diarrhea? Somebody will say, no, yes, you can get constipated so much and actually you have diarrhea. That diarrhea is not diarrhea, it is constipation, because what is happening, because your rectum is packed up, it is trying to escape on the side. So when it's trying to escape on the side, it comes as water. So you say it's diarrhea, but ideally it's not diarrhea. You are constipated. So these are the things, and constipation is because something, your tummy, your digestive system, it is talking. It's telling you there's something wrong with me. Can't you see? Can't you do something? So once again, those are the things we need to look. Whether you ate githeri or mokimo or matumbo, something is happening with your bowels, please address it. Please address it. The women smear test is a must. So they have done a research and they have said in 10 women, it's only one woman it's only one minority. To be honest, nowadays, I don't think we are minority. I will say the way it is. It's only one black woman that turns for smear test. In 10, it's only one. That's the research shows that in 10 women, only one woman that have a smear test. Again, it's a mandatory, it is your health. The men, don't wait until you have the symptom. Actually, the Y generations are very good. Immediately they get to 50, every year they come to us for a blood test for PSA. Remember, the men is not before. Nowadays, we don't go the way we used to go at the back with the finger. We don't do that because it's actually become, people are missing it. So if people say the finger, it doesn't work, it's actually a blood test. And it's only one blood test. Let them, and you're entitled. People say, oh, actually, they come and they tell you, I don't have the symptom, I just need to be checked. Are they entitled? Yes. So it's many time, and you don't have to have it in the family. People say, my family are okay. We have never had. My father died at the age of 120. We've never had a prostate problem. Yes, you could be the first one. God forbid, you could be the first one. So get checked. Let's check elsewhere. Let's check, let's be thorough. Let's be thorough, everything. Let's be thorough, everything. The hair falling out. Let's not say it's age. And 90% of us now, we have wigs. So you never know whether somebody's hair is falling. Except people like Veronica and Grace who keep their their cuts low. So even the hair is falling. Why is your hair falling? There is a problem. Address it. Don't try to do, what's this they do? Avocado and eggs, they mix up and all that. They do the Africans, I tell you, when I'm coming back, I won't come back as an African. They have solution for everything. So they mix eggs and avocado, they apply, the hair is also falling. There is a reason for that. Also address it. So all these things we need to address. The children, those people who have young girls, I'm trying to touch here and here so that, because actually the questions are better than me talking. So the children, those people who have young girls, don't let them suffer with period pain. Oh, I was like that. Even I didn't used to go to school. I was like that. Don't worry, you're going to outgrow it. I remember I used to suffer so much with menses, and my mother used to tell me not to worry. The day I'll get married and have a child, all this will be settled. And we have brought it. Those people who have girls, I don't have girls, I've got boys. So this is for those people who have girls. Let the children not suffer with period pain. There is a problem. There must be a problem why the periods are painful. It could be their walls of the uterus is very thick or thin. One or the other will give them pains. Let them not say, oh, they are bleeding. No, it's okay to bleed. Yes, but it should be too much. So all these things, it is not normal. Something needs to be done. So again, we need to address some of them. Their faces, their acne is something it's like a sandpaper of some of the girls. It is not normal. Don't say it's because it's hormone, it's because your teenager is going to go. There's something that is causing that girl to have that kind of acne. Pimples everywhere. Some of them you can do too, like this, the way we do them like that. It is not normal. Also address that. So let's let them not suffer. One of them I came across, she's actually being bullied by the other girls in school because she's full of pimples, all of them with the yellow heads. And then when I ask her, she suffers from her periods, all that. And the mother is saying, oh, we used to, this one, and, and because she was Nigerian, the way she said, I almost laughed. She said, oh, Obi, she's going to be fine. And, she'll be fine. Let us address all these things, even in Jesus' mighty name. You know why I'm saying in Jesus' mighty name? Because the Bible says that, brethren, may we prosper in health, even as our souls, because the soul lives in this body, even as our soul prosper. I think I'll leave it to there, and I'll do questions.
Any question? I can bring the microphone to you. Question? Nadia? Thank you. That is a question about glaucoma. My mom suffers from glaucoma. What can she do?
Sorry?
Glaucoma.
So, yeah, okay. So if your mother has glaucoma, does she have diabetes? Yes, so glaucoma is always given. Diabetes is an animal. Diabetes will always give birth to something, or things like hypertension will always give something. So actually, 70% of people who are diabetes, they have glaucoma. So glaucoma, there is no other thing other than getting to see. That's okay. Let's retract. Those people who have diabetes, you have to remember, and it doesn't happen because my mother suffers from actually bad diabetes and glaucoma as well. But then what we normally do, I normally try to bring live examples so that somebody can come and learn from it. So what we normally do, she's under Kikuyu, PCEA, Kikuyu Dogoto. And I mean, we are very far from Dogoto. I mean, we leave very early in the morning for us to be to Dogoto. So she's under the eye clinic for the eyes every 6 months. So every 6 months she get checked, because what we are doing, especially our parents back home, most of them has gone blind. Most of them have gone blind. You know why? It's because they don't understand. It's not it's not because they are being ignored. People think it's because they are being ignored by our other family members, our sisters and our brothers that we have left at home. It is because they do not have information. So everybody who have diabetes, glaucoma you'll have, but it can be avoided. It can only be avoided. And that's why some people who are diabetes, when they catch it very early, you get some eye drops, and they are always 3 in 1. So you get eye drop actually to help, because remember, glaucoma is your retina. When I look at you, that thing, kioma, that's what they call it where I come from. That thing I can see when you look at whoever sitting next to you. Look at them in the eye. What you can see there, yeah, that lens is what actually is eaten by diabetes. So it actually takes away that. So if you catch it early and you get eye drops, it actually helps it. But finally, glaucoma, there is no other way than having your cataract done. Taking that, I remember there's a lady that you could actually do that, because it's like a lesion. It's like another cover that comes on your retina. It's like another cover that comes to cover that thing that we see it. Because remember, we don't see with our white bead that you can see, we see with that black thing, that torch. That is what because of our body not being able to produce insulin, that's what affects our eye. So if your mom suffers from glaucoma, there is no other way. Glasses do not alter it at all. It does not improve. So it's for her to be seen by, by ophthalmologists. You come from Kenya, I can recommend Kikuyu day and night, even on my sleep. Those are the only people who knows what they're doing. PCA, Kikuyu, PCA, hallelujah. See, people don't know here, they are from PCA, hallelujah. I'm talking about your branch in Kenya. So they are the only one who knows what they are doing with their eyes. You don't just want anybody to look into your eyes. Yes, they talk about the lion somewhere in Dagoretti. I don't know. I can only talk where I have a testimony. I mean, my mother could see people going like trees. Remember that man that met up with Jesus, and then Jesus did something to the eyes with the mud. Don't try that. So he did something with the mud, and then he was asked by Jesus, "What can you see?" He said, "I can see people moving like trees." And Jesus said, "Come back here," and did it again, and then he could see people walking. So my mother had gone to a place that seeing people like trees, but now he can see people where we come from. Those people who know where I come from, he can see people from Kenyona. Mercy, my mother can see people from Kenyona. Yeah, after having the cataract done. So again, those people people who have hypertension and diabetes, you have a lot of work to do. You have a lot of work to do. Diabetes will always give to something bad to something else. Hypertension will always give back to something else. Everybody who is diabetes, then your kidneys are at attack as well. So remember, is your gallbladder that with all this insulin that is not producing, but is always affecting your kidneys. Every diabetics medication, you always affect your kidneys. So that's where you are, sadly. But who knows that God can reverse things? While standing here, I know we still believe in a God who can heal, he does not need diagnosis to heal. God has not stopped doing miracles. It's good to have all this health talk, but we must remember that there is nothing God cannot do. We have to remember that. I have seen people who were diabetes and they are not taking medication. They have believed and it's working. But even when God heals you and you're not taking your medication, continue with your checks. It's not that you're doubting, but it's good to continue with the checks. That's why when Jesus touched his eyes, he again asked him, "What can you see?" So that what you can see is you still having those routine blood tests. All of us, we are allowed to have routine blood tests every year. As long as you're over 18, every year you can have blood tests, full blood count. That's enough. The ladies and the girls, we need ferritin. When I need to actually emphasize on that. When your doctor tells you, oh, and some GPs, they're up to no good, sorry. They're up to no good. They actually don't tell you. They tell the reception to tell you, the doctor said your bloods are normal. What is normal? Because you could have normal, but if I take things like ferritin, the lowest is 30. So you operate from 30 and the highest is 400. So you should be in between here. What is your ferritin is 31? They will still tell you it's normal. But is it normal really? No, because the minimum is 30. The highest is 400. Look how far you have to go before you from 31 to 400. So when they say it's normal, just say, yeah, while it's normal, can I discuss it? Because you want figures. When you're discussing them, take pen and paper, write what they're telling you. Things like cholesterol, which leads to heart attack and all that. Things like thyroxine. Again, I will mention this to the ladies, all of us, most people, they are saying, if Mr. Chairman and Pastor Ruben and the men at the side, you know what ladies talk about? You don't come to our meetings. Can I tell you what people talk about nowadays? Ah, okay. I don't know how. Anyway, I've parked right here, so I'll come shoot in my car and gone. So what ladies talk about nowadays, most of the people, if you meet 10 ladies, all what they talk is about weight, who lost weight, who gained. Which I find it so annoying, to be honest. I wish we could meet and talk, even if we are going to discuss one thing about health, that will matter. If I met with Mercy and asked Mercy, when is the last time you had your smear test? Before I can tell her, oh, you look as if you lost weight. So what? Do you understand? So while we are losing and gaining, because if one loses weight, another one has to pick it up. It's a joke. So what I'm saying is, yeah, if somebody loses something, another one has to pick it up, isn't it? Or what I'm saying is, losing weight and gaining weight. You're trying to lose weight. You have done all what is done, and you're still gaining weight. There is a problem. Could be your thyroid functions that is playing up. Don't wait until you have goiter. Yeah, it could be your thyroid. So if you're trying to lose weight with exercise and all that, and it's not working again, seek medical advice, get your blood test done. If you're getting tired, don't say because you do back to back. Say I've done 3 shifts without sleeping. That's why I'm tired. It could be your vitamin D. It could be your thyroid function. It could be your cholesterol. It could be anything. This body, I mean, God is such an architecture. The way He did the body, sometime when I get to heaven, I want to ask God, which drink do you take? Is it Fanta or Coke, God? Because He amazes me. The way he did this body. So it's only one tube of blood, and you tell you why you're not losing weight when you want to, or why you're gaining weight. Yeah. So let's be careful. And when we are talking, don't just say lose weight, and we are doing everything, having this powder, doing this. Those people who are on Monjaro, be careful, because you're the guinea pigs. They've never done it before. We are the first people. Everything that we are tested, the first people, be careful. They haven't done it to wherever. Monjaro, there are many of them, but the Monjaro, I think, is the major one. And everybody is in Monjaro. Maybe those people who don't know Monjaro is this injection people are having for weight loss. Be careful. Just cut down on your ugali and mokimo. Just cut down. Yes? This Monjaro thing, please, my brethren. Yeah? Let us prosper in health, even as our soul prosper. This injection, let's leave it alone. Yeah? Yeah? Thank you so much for having me. If your husband allows you. Hania? Liver. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, that so information of the liver and fatty liver, they are completely different. Information of the liver, that means the liver is actually inflamed. Inflamed is swollen. Neko iba is if this one is inflamed, it can go 3 sides of this or one half. So it's getting bigger. Koiba. Those people again go and tell you, are you learning Kikuyu from her? So information is getting bigger. Yeah. So the fatty liver is actually fat, proper fat in the liver. Those people who have slaughtered, like the men, those people who have slaughtered the goats. You can actually see some goat have fat. You can see with your eyes. If you see it in a proper ultrasound, you can see white bits pieces on that liver. So fatty liver is different. One of the things to do with fatty liver is to make sure weight loss takes the fatty liver away. Those people who take, the bitter drinks. I don't want to say it because I don't want people not to invite me here again. Those people who take the bitter drink also contribute to fatty liver. Yeah, bitter drink, the one we buy in the pub. Those bitter drinks, they also increase your fatty liver. So fatty liver, there's no hereditary in fatty liver. It's actually weight loss that we need to lose weight. And then again, is to make sure that we cut down alcohol and all this. Inflammation of the liver, there could be so many causes of inflammation of the liver. If I was your friend, I wouldn't have left it that. I would have asked, is it possible to have an ultrasound of the liver? Not ultrasound of the abdomen, ultrasound of the liver itself. So, because the blast could be okay, Yeah. But then if the liver has something in it, not the fat, other thing, you can have a lesion, and that lesion can or the tumor can actually touch the porta vein, because your liver hangs out like a leaf from a vein. It could be there. So I wouldn't leave it like, and that is the thing. When they tell us something, we need to ask question and insist. Actually, nobody will tell you you're doing wrong because you're asking for another, what do you call it, another investigation. It's not that you're doubting them. After all, he's not the one, he cannot get into your body to see what is happening. He will have to send you to somewhere else. So ask your friend to go and ask, is it possible to have an ultrasound? Especially when you tell them what you want, they know you've got it here. Whether you got it from Google is your own problem. Just go and tell them to have an ultrasound of the liver by itself. What else did you say? I think that's it. High calcium, cutting down anything that is high calcium. There's nothing you can, low calcium you can do about it, because you can have calcium tablets and all this. But high calcium, what he need to do or she need to do is cutting down what is fat in calcium, things like the VU and all that. Yeah. And then again, have the bad blood repeated 6 months after, when she or he changes the lifestyle. Women, we are going to talk another day about other things. I will not talk when the men are here.
You can see, I'm not that stupid yet. So just a comment I wanted to say is high cholesterol, you don't need to be, because I suffer from those three she mentioned. And I've decided to take care of my health because we can so bad. But my question is, my back. I've got a very bad back for the last 10 years, and I've been going to the GP so many times, and they keep on telling me, do exercise, do this, do this. And I've been requesting for them to send me for MRA, but I haven't done it. Should I sue them?
Hey, now you know somebody is keeping is timing my time, so I'm also checking. So you need to go to the other PCA because you are suing people. I didn't say that. So I didn't say that. As one is my sister from another mother, so I can say that. So what I'm saying is, my dear friend, you won't sue anybody. So if you sue and you still have the back, so what benefit? Again, remember what we said. Everything is permitted, but it's not everything that is beneficial. So most of the time when you have they sent you, I'm sure they have done the physio thing. Even the physio they have sent. Actually, that physio should have done. Every physiotherapy can send you for X-ray or MRI, by the way. Every physiotherapist now, they can send you for X-ray, they can send you for CT. So what you need to do again is to insist. I'm telling you, the people who welcomed us here, you know who I mean, because I don't like talking about color. Yeah, clap your hands for the British people. They're amazing people. They allowed us here. Me, I know even where I come from. When somebody come from northern, they come to a village, they'll be saying that person who came from northern. Huh? So what I'm saying is, all what you need to, because I'm saying to recap from it, because they insist. You won't send them. You send them for physiotherapy for a week, and then you come back to you say, how long am I going to do that physiotherapy for? So what I could do if I was you is to request, just make a request and do it. Say you need an appointment on the e-consultation. When you go with your facts. Say, I've been to the physiotherapist and this, I'm telling you, hi, sorry, and I don't want to scare Shiro at all. This back pain is not your portion. This back pain, what he gives back to you is unbelievable. This back pain that we ignore is not your portion, but this back pain, let's not ignore it. Especially those people who are in the care industry. Don't say because you bend, you lifted. Eh? People like me who was carrying firewood. Let's not say it's because I carried firewood this year. Let's not ignore it. The men, one of the prostate signs is the backache. The backache is such writings on the wall. Let's not ignore it. Yeah? Let's not ignore it. And when you go and they send you for physiotherapists for 1 week or 2 weeks, then from there, what do we do? To be honest, the best people, I will say what I do. If you come to me with backache 1 week, I send you to physio. I will say after 1 week, come back. If you come back to me, what you do, you request an MRI because X-ray will not show you the muscles. The X-ray will not show you the muscles; it will show you just the bones. So the MRI is good because it's going to show you it's like the 3D. You show you the tissue, you show you the bones, you show you the disc. So MRI is always the best, and it's not a problem to tell him or her that GP exactly the way you are saying. Don't say you are going to. So insist it. You insist it and say now you know who can I report you to? Don't say that. Yeah. So the back pain is to be honest, honestly, the back pain. Some people will say is because of the way we have this lady who passed away, and I don't know whether Anne you can remember, and maybe you can remember or you cannot remember. This 2 minutes, 2 minutes. This lady, she had actually got bad back pain. I remember she went to Ghana and then she came back because of back pain and she was a care worker. And I remember she it was actually in A&E they did. Anne can remember that case because I can even remember where she died. She had lung cancer. She had never smoked. And everybody was telling her it's because of the work you do, lifting people, doing this, manual handling. Backache is writings on the wall.
So two more questions, please. So because of time, Mr. Rachel and Rose. Okay, thank you. My question is about the PSA test. You talked about that. Sometimes we find that GPs are reluctant to recommend you for the test because the normal blood test doesn't include that.
The normal pattern, sorry.
The normal blood test we do, it does not include the PSA test.
No, you have to be specific. Yeah, just be specific. Just be specific.
What I'm saying is that they're usually reluctant when you ask them. They want to know why you want to do it.
The PSA. You just tell them you wanted a routine test. You're allowed. You're over 50. No, I'm not saying you. Sorry, I didn't read you and I thought you were over 50. My apology. It's not that I looked and I'm saying I'm saying everybody who is over 50, they allowed. Why? To be honest, you do not ask them. You know why? It's us who get afraid because assuming Pastor Ruben, maybe he's 32, he's 50. I'm not saying he is. Let's say he's 50 and he asks for a PSA blood test, and I say no. Yeah, my brother, and I say no because you don't have symptom, you don't have delayed urine flow, you don't wait. You know when you do men in the night, you go to pass urine and you have to wait for the urine to come from Southend, and you live in Greenwich. It's still coming, it's still coming. You know what I mean? You don't have all those symptoms, yeah. And down the line, they found that he'd actually had a prostate. Yeah, you know he can sue because he don't know. Maybe when he asks. So let me tell you, the medicine is actually what do you call it? It's a defense. True or not? Everybody you see, they have to defend their registration and their life. You can go and see GP and two years down in the line, he ends up in court or in jail. Let me tell you that. Don't think that they don't have anybody they can answer to. They are live actually. Your presentation, doing what you're asking or doing what you're asking, can get him fired and never to work anywhere in the world. Anywhere that we need a DBS, even working with children in McDonald's, you cannot work there. So don't always think because we have another tendency thinking they are against us. They are not against us. It's us who are not asking the way we need to ask things. So you just tell them, my brother, straight away, I'm of this age and I feel that I need a blood for the PSA. Aha. When you do PSA, they tell you it's normal. Tell them what's the number. They give you the number. So maybe they give you it should not go more than 4.5. Zero, nothing, 4.5. So they will tell you it's 3. So when it's 3, then again after 1 year, you do another one. Compare the 3 for last year and what you have today.
Thank you, Cecilia. My one is arthritis, which I don't know why I'm saying arthritis because I've been having this very painful pain left knee, and part of it today I'm thinking is a weight, and I'm working hard to lose weight, but the pain has been so much, so unbearable, and I'm praying and anything and everything that can really help. I've contacted the GP and I've been referred to the physio, who is a long waiting list. I think not until end of November. So between now and November, I'm doing what I can do. Maybe hopefully I can even help out and appoint with the physios. But boy, when we got arthritis of shoes and we has illness, which I don't think it is these days. So anything you can touch on, what am I doing wrong? And I'm maybe trying to change my lifestyle habits, trying to eat healthy, and what else? Maybe are you able to touch on that, please?
Yeah, so first of all, you have your own diagnosis. You already diagnose yourself as arthritis. Who told you it's arthritis? It could be your meniscus that has torn, grievy. You know the knee is like, remember, the knee is like, this is this bit, yeah. So this is your thigh, and then your knee, this leg, it slides in there, isn't it? So your knee slides in something. It's something here. It's like jelly. It's called meniscus, and then when it's torn, you can have a problem. So it might not even be arthritis. It could be even excess fluid in your knee. So it could be anything. And the problem is the way they have that. Can you imagine? All this is because of money. All this thing of move from here, move from there, move from there. It's all because of money. We are living in the worst time. Jesus need to hurry up and come back. Because honestly, all these things, it is because of money. So the money says, before I can, don't forget, when your GP sends you for an X-ray, that GP should have even have done an ultrasound, a quick one at least, while you're waiting. And I think you need to go back and say, while I'm waiting, is it possible to know what is happening inside? Because he cannot tell. How can you tell me, Pastor Ruben, you have a headache and I'll look like this and I say you have not slept? When did I get into your head inside and found that you did not sleep? Do you understand? And all the because they don't wanna, okay, they don't wanna pay for things. Because when you go and you go for your GP and your GP refer you, that physiotherapy is actually, he's not paying that physiotherapy. That one belongs to the ICB. That belongs to the that is being paid for. Yeah, he's not taking, because remember, GP is a private national health. Yeah, so anything, if you go for the blood test in Newham, she pays for it. If you go for MRI in Sydney, in wherever Bats, he pays for it. Any investigation, he pays for it from his kit. So end of financial year, they get given money depending on how many people they have. So if you have 5,000 patients, they have a cap. So they give you money for those people depending on how many people you have. Yeah, but then, so if you had somebody who's become palliative or terminal, they actually tells the government, my person has terminal cancer, so I'm having to do more things, so they get more money. It's all pure business, like yesterday, pure business. Sadly, that's where we have, and that's why we have to make sure we insist. While I'm waiting for physiotherapy, and the other thing we also have to do, our people, some things are not expensive. Physiotherapy is not expensive. You went private. I'm telling you the truth. And maybe you can go and see a physiotherapist private, and straight away he can tell you, I cannot even touch you. The good physiotherapists, they will tell you, I can never touch that knee unless I have the images. Because what am I dealing with as a physio? What if I'm moving something which is already torn and gone? What if it's maybe things like rheumatoid arthritis and you're talking about arthritis and it's not osteoarthritis, which is wearing and tearing of your bone? So a good physiotherapist will tell you, I need images. So that GP, Mr. Shah, Mr. Patel, whoever she is or who he is, he has not got a choice until to do images for you. So also let's tap, and please, our people, let's tap into this health insurance. Is very, very important. Is very important. NHS, actually, where we are heading to is a bad place. So yesterday, on Friday, they have given all the ICB. The ICB is the body that mans the GPs. By next year June, they want them to lay off 9,000 people. So they are pushing people to private. The waiting will be longer. So if you can be able to shop around of a health insurance that is cheaper, then you're in a better place.
Thank you very much for your information. I want to just get some clarification on a few issues. One of them is what my friend here asked about glaucoma. What causes it, and is it the same? It's not the same as cataract. But for glaucoma and cataract. It helps the eyesight, but do the sugar levels keep affecting the eye? That's my first question. The other thing is about tests. Just for information, they do eye tests in this country every year for diabetics to check your eye how it is performing, and they also do checks every 3 months. A test called HbA. Is it HbA1c?
One C.
Yeah, they do, and it shows if a doctor is kind enough, they can show the graph how your sugar is performing. My phone is closing itself. The other thing I did not understand is about what you're talking about when you mentioned RT and 400. I'll leave at that. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't know whether you had a question or a comment. So I didn't get you there because the eye test we are talking about in Kenya, everybody who is diabetes know it's a routine. Immediately you get diagnosed with diabetes, they tell you that. To be honest, you go for something called diabetic structured programs. Immediately you're diagnosed with diabetes and they tell you all that, where to be going, and the tests are all done. So I didn't think we had a problem in this nation concerning the eye test. So I didn't think I think what we were addressing is that this gentleman's mother in Kenya. So I was addressing out there about the eye test. But the eye test in this nation, I couldn't think anybody has a problem with that because immediately you're diabetic, when you get diagnosed, they send you to something called diabetic structured program where they teach you what to eat, what to eat, what to look, what not to look for. And then all this is done. Am I right? You are the victim. Am I right? Yes, so so that's done. The other thing you say, the cataract is not glaucoma. The cataract is what is that thing that grows in your eye. Yeah, and that's why you hear people they've gone to do a surgery of the cataract of that lesion that grows because of the glaucoma. Yeah, am I clear? And you talked about the figures 30 and 400. Did you ask that? Oh, those are the ferritin. Those are the ferritin. So ferritin is like that, is iron level. Let me put it. So sometimes you have your full blood count done, and your full blood count, there's something called the hemoglobin. When I cut you, the blood that comes, that's hemoglobin, which is actually very different. And women, we have even most is the women. Women, they check for us, especially the young women, those people who are still having your messes, those people who are still under 45s. So when they do the full blood count and they don't do ferritin, it does not make sense because the hemoglobin can still remain normal while your ferritin is the iron level, and the iron is the one that take nutrient. It's like the district line. So this iron is the one that take nutrients all over your body. Yeah, and that's the one my brother at the back I talked about, which is there's no need of you having full blood count without the ferritin levels. Because the ferritin levels without hemoglobin, somebody cannot, full blood count, people cannot make a good judgment with one or the other. Both of them, they go hand in hand. And that's the one that I said, the minimum, it ranges from 30 to 400. You need to be on that window. But when somebody says it's 35 and tells you it's normal, it's fine. Tells you it's normal, but tells me, you need to tell me what I need to do next. What kind of food should I eat? Liver, things that are actually high to give me more iron, things like the liver, things like the beetroot, things like the beans, things to help me. Don't just leave me here telling me it's normal without giving me the figures so that I can know what to work on. So don't tell me I'm running on my overdraft and you're not telling me how far have I gone or withdrawn. Yeah? It's not me, Veronica. Veronica keep on telling me it's time up, but it's not me.
So,
Fight with the chairman.
I think it's very clear that
Yeah.
we need more of this. And I think, Pastor Ruben and Veronica, you have to go and tell them that we need it more. So, we will stop there for now.
I'm very sorry.
But maybe this is not taking advantage, but one thing that I think we could have mentioned is the apps that we are supposed to download on our phones,
Okay.
like patient access.
I don't know about the apps, but the only thing I know, don't go in Google. The Google is something else. Just anything you want to know, go to patient.co.uk. patient.co. Don't go to Google, please. Patient.co.uk. Yes, so that sometime when you have the symptom, to be honest, when you go to see your GP, you actually have half of the battle you have won because you know what to expect and you know the investigation that he needs to do on you. Because some of them, it's not everybody who is out there who knows what they are doing. I'm very sorry. Yes. All right. Thank you for having me. God bless you.